Alrighty, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Priscilla. So, as you probably could see, it's actually right now, it's still currently Halloween. This year, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I have participated in Jake Parker's Inktober, where you take all 31 days of October and you draw a little doodle using ink. This is not part of my Inktober. But the one thing that I wanted to keep true with this year's Inktober is I only used a ballpoint pen on my doodles for every day of Inktober. There's a couple of times I used a brush tip pen, but that was very seldom, and it was usually just for backgrounds. And I didn't even use this pen that much. I used several pens from my church, hotels, pens that they give out at the bank. I was using anything that had black ink. There were nothing special, and I just want to show you guys that you can make incredible art using even the cheapest art supplies. You don't need anything expensive because it's not the art supplies that make up the artist. It's how much you practice. It's just the improvement in the practice that you put into your art. So here's Jake Parker's prompt list. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through each day and show you guys. So day one was Flash from Zootopia because the day's prompts was fast and flash, 100-mile dash, you know, 100-meter dash, I don't know how it goes. And then day two was noisy because Scuttle is when he goes wah, 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 wah. And then day three was Ariel for collect because she is a collector, or in other words, she's a hoarder. And day four was Gus because it was hungry. So I've got Gus from Cinderella holding all these little cubes of corn. And then day five was sad. I drew Quasimodo just because my heart just cries out for Quasimodo because his story is so sad, especially the musicals version of Hunchback of Notre Dame. So day six was hidden, so I drew little Rapunzel because she was hidden in a tower, but she also has 5 hidden Mickeys on her. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Day 7 was lost, so I drew Chihiro and Haku from Spirited Away because they were both lost characters, but they helped find each other. Day 8 was rock. So this was so funny because if you watched my live stream on Twitch, then you heard me non-stop complain about Maui's tattoos. And the reason why I drew Maui from Moana, he's a new character. The reason why I drew him, because I couldn't think of any, I didn't want to draw Gerald, but I had to draw something revolving around the rock, and it just so happens that Maui is voiced by Dwayne Johnson. Day 9 was broken, so I drew adorable little Chip from Beauty and the Beast. And day 10 was jump, so I drew Mario from Super Mario Brothers, my favorite Nintendo character. Day 11 was transport, so I drew number 11 because he's my favorite, and I just thought that the TARDIS was like perfect to draw. And I love this is all, even if you see colors, it is all still done in ballpoint pen. Day 12 was worried. There was no other character I could think of other than Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast because he's just so worried all the time. Day 13 is scared, so I drew Mike Wazowski. The reason why I drew Mike was because one of the last things that Sully said to Mike was, "Mike, you're not scary, not even a little bit, but you are fearless." So I thought that was really cute, so I drew little Mike in his little Monsters University hat. Day 14 was tree, so I drew Alice from Alice in Wonderland with Dinah sleeping underneath the tree because Wonderland was either all a dream or it happened, I don't know. Day 15 was relax, so I drew Nick Wilde from Zootopia because he's the most relaxed character I know. Day 16 was wet, so I drew Hank and Dory from Finding Dory. Hank was my favorite character from the movie. Day 17 was battle, so I drew, so this is the one exception. Captain Hook's hair I made with a brush tip pen. So here is Captain Hook and Peter Pan fighting. Day 19 was Flight, so I drew George and Meg from Paperman. That's a Disney short that plays in front of Wreck-It Ralph. So what happened was I strayed away from Jake Parker's prompt list because I was in New York City and I wanted it to be a special Inktober. So what I did was I drew Josh Groban and Danae Benton from the new play called The Great Comet. So it's not a new play, it's a revival, but it's in New York City right now, and I made it out there for the first week of previews. So I got to see Josh and everything, and it was great. And you all know he's my future husband, obviously. So it was great seeing Josh, so I wanted to make it a little special. So I actually took a picture of this in front of the side of the stage doors at the theater in New York City. So it's really, really awesome. And yeah, but here's another exception. I used the brush tip pen for the ink pen for the background just because I thought it'd be prettier as opposed to no background at all. So next I drew Josh Groban again as Pierre from The Great Comet, and I took a picture with this next to my program, The Great Comet, and it was just special. It was another special, awesome Inktober. Back to Jake Parker's prompt list. Day 23 was Slow, so I drew adorable little Eeyore with a flower necklace. Day 24 was 1 dozen, but I accidentally drew 13 pancakes. So everybody on Instagram was saying, well, it's a baker's dozen. I'm like, yes, I did something right. So I drew Scooby-Doo and a stack of pancakes, because who doesn't love pancakes and Scooby-Doo? Day 25 was Tired. I drew Totoro and May sleeping in his little forest area. Day 26 was Box. So I drew Squidward, Patrick, and SpongeBob during the imagination episode because I skipped day 27, which was creepy, and I went to day 28, which was Burn. So I drew Sophie and Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. And day 29 was Surprise. The reason why I drew Belle's because I took a picture of myself in my Halloween costume, which was Belle, in this dress and everything, and I said, surprise, look, I'm Belle, and I actually was holding a picture of it. But yes, that was a surprise, because everyone was wondering what I was for Halloween. I was Belle. Day 30 was Wreck, so of course I had to draw Wreck-It Ralph. This is a really fun idea. Somebody in Twitch, his name is Elias, said that I should draw the corner like he actually broke it, so I did. In day 31 is Friend, and I ended it with Hermione, Harry, and Ron. Best friends forever. And that is actually a now completely full sketchbook. And if you guys are wondering, this is a Moleskine sketchbook. It is a 5x8 sketchbook, and it has been amazing. It's good quality, so if you guys are looking for a small sketchbook to fill up, Moleskines are pretty awesome. This was Inktober, and if you didn't get to participate this year, I really encourage you guys to go ahead and participate next year because it's a lot of fun, gives you some time to draw, and once again, you do not need any fancy art supplies. All you need is a ballpoint pen, because that's all I used this year, and that was my goal, to prove that you do not need fancy art supplies to make beautiful art. I hope you all had a wonderful October, and I will see you all later this week with a fun tutorial.